30th of June, Rabbi Furst, Mishna Berura.
Okay, good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst here. Again, it's Shiva Shabbos Shamanavshi here in Yerushalayim to Zoom. This is our second year learning Mishnah Berura, Yokas Nilas Kapayim, Tachanun, in Siman Kuf Lamed Aleph in the Shulchan Aruch. We're in the middle of Sif Vav in the Mishnah Berura, Sif Katan Lamed Gimel. That should bring us to where we are today. Yep. Very good, Mary. If you'd like to read.
Okay, so it says Bipurim on Purim. You have it, Lou?
I have almost got it. Lamed Gimel, got it.
Okay, on Purim. Okay, so it says Hainu B'Shnei Yamim. Oh, on both days? So that's Purim and Shushan Purim, right?
Right. Yud Daled in Tezbah.
Okay. Oh, here it says V'chein B'Purim Katan B'Shana Mu'uberet. And also, I guess, Purim Katan when it's a leap year.
As it was this year. This past year was a leap year.
That's right.
Two others. So we didn't say Tachanun on either of the 2 days of Purim in both of the others.
Okay. So let's see. V'chol elu ein omrim gam b'mincha shelifanav. Oh, and also on both of these, we don't say, I guess, Tachanun at mincha, I hate to say the day before. Well, it is the day before. It's a Hebrew day before. Yes.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. V'chein b'Lag BaOmer. Oh, and also on Lag BaOmer. We won't say Tachanun. Okay. Milvad be'erev Rosh Hashanah u'be'erev Yom Kippur omrim b'mincha shelifneihem. So that, but only on the evening of before Rosh Hashanah and the evening before Yom Kippur, we say at Mincha before both of them. And that's interesting.
That's right. That's exceptions because those are days of Rachamim.
Right.
It's a question as to whether or not a person can fast on Rosh Hashanah because it's Yom Adin.
Mm-hmm.
But the posting paskin that person should really not fast on Rosh Hashanah because it's called a Yom Tov as well. So therefore, he shouldn't really fast.
Okay, Purim also in the leap year. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's see. Lamed Daled. It says Be'erev Yom Kippur. So that's on the evening of Yom Kippur. Uvisha'ar Erev Yom Tov Ein Tzarik Leva'er. Okay, also
It didn't have to be explained because it's going to be. We're going to come to that soon.
Okay, about Erev Yom Tov. Okay. Shehu Mevo'er Basif. Oh, okay, it's right. It's going to be explained in a. It says adjoining Samuk, adjoining Sif. Okay. Very good. So now we're at Zion. It looks like.
Right. That brings us to Zion now. Correct.
Okay, Zion. And that was Lamed Daled, and now Zion. Okay, so it says, let's see, go back to the top. Uminhag Pashut Shelo Lipola Pneihem B'chol Chodesh Nisan. Okay, so it's a
I think the extensive minhag,
extensive minhag, not to do Tachanun, the whole month of Nisan.
Right.
Wow. Below the Tisha B'Av, below Ben Yom Kippur LeSukkot. Okay, also we don't say it on Tisha B'Av, and we don't say it between Yom Kippur and Sukkot.
Right.
So that's interesting. After Sukkot, we'd start saying it again in Tishrei.
There's a difference of minhagim. We mentioned here. Some I think do start saying after Sukkot, and some don't, because the majority of the, especially whether the majority of the days of Tishrei was said without it or with it. What?
Yeah, that's what I would think.
Yeah.
So,
The days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we are saying it.
that's right, but that's a time of teshuvah.
Right.
So it would make sense to do it then.
Very good.
Nisan is, I guess, typically considered a month of happiness, of joy, festival.
That's right.
So, okay. So let's see. It said, then there's a little parentheses here.
But Adar, I would think Adar will be even more happy than Nisan.
Right, but we don't have the majority of the days of Adar being happy days like there are in Nisan. In Nisan, we have the first 12 days. Those when there was the Hanukkah Mizbeach, and they correspond to the gifts that the Nesiim brought in the Midbar. Where the first 12 days, then you're almost coming to Yud Gimel, Adar, Nisan, and then you have the days of Yom Tov and Kol Hamoed. That brings you well above the halfway mark. So once you have rove of the days of the month of Nisan, happy days, not days, so then the whole month goes non-Tachanun. But with Purim, we'd only basically have those 2 days of Purim situated right in the middle.
Don't we say that every day in Adar is a happy day? Marbim B'Simcha?
It's true, we say Marbim and Simcha, Yishanikas Adar Marbim B'Simcha, but it's also explained that the Simcha of Adar is really secondary to the Simcha of Nisan. The Simcha continues and increases and gets more and more all the way through Pesach.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then it says below mitchilat Rosh Chodesh Sivan ad achar Shavuot. Okay, and then from the beginning of Rosh Chodesh Sivan until after Shavuot, we also don't say Tachanun.
That's right. We just had that a month ago.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay, so let's see. Lamed Hey. Uminchag Pashut. It's a, I guess, extensive minchag. Let's see. Uvechol. Elu ein omrim tachanun gam b'mincha shelifnehem. And with all of these, we don't say tachanun. Also, at mincha before them.
Right.
Okay. V'hinei kol elu ha'seifim hu le'inyan tachanun. Within here, there will be sections of this concept in Tachanun, or in the matter of Tachanun, I guess.
Right.
Okay, so it'll be discussed more extensively there, I guess.
Good.
Okay, aval lamnatseach omrim b'chulam. But on all of them, we say Lamnatseach. I forget what Tehillah that is.
Well, so that after we say Ashrei at the end of after the Tachanun,
Oh, yes, it's 20 or 24, I forget, one of those.
right? It's
Okay.
situated between Ashrei and Uvalat Zion.
Right, okay. I don't know how I can forget that, but okay. Milvad, Rosh Chodesh, v'Chanukah, uPurim, uve'erev Pesach, uve'erev Yom Kippur, v'Tisha B'Av. Okay, with the exception of Erev Rosh Chodesh, I guess, or on Rosh Chodesh, I guess.
Yeah, just mention Rosh Chodesh itself. About on Erev Rosh Chodesh. No, we would say it on Erev Rosh Chodesh because
Right, but not on Rosh.
We always say it's Shachris.
Right. Okay, in Hanukkah we wouldn't say it. Purim and Erev Pesach we don't say it. Okay, and also Erev Yom Kippur, and on Tisha B'Av we don't say it.
Right.
V'hu hadin she'ein omrim b'shana me'uberet b'yom Yudalit and Tetvav ba'adar rishon. And the law is we don't say it on a leap year on Yudalit and Tetvav of the 14th and 15th of Adar Rishon. Okay, and Gam Kain Omrimo To B'Veit Ha'avel. And Ein Omrim, and also we don't say it in the house of mourning. That's by the Achronim. Od Katbu Dikel Erech Apayim V'Lamatseach Dinam Shaveh. Okay, so it's also written that Erech Apayim and V'Lamatseach have similar laws about them, I guess.
Right, but what about a chassan? Didn't mention about a chassan, did he?
I don't recall reading about a chassan. That's interesting.
In terms about the Lemnitzeach, right? By Tachanun, we said that the chassan is the same also as the base level, but didn't mention about a chassan.
No, it didn't. Okay. Lamed Vav is Ad Achar Shavuot, until after Shavuot. Okay. V'yesh mikomot nohagim shelo lipol kol hashisha yamim she'achar Shavuot. Oh, and there are places that there's a tradition that they don't do Tachanun all 6 days after Shavuot. Okay.
You might have experienced that a few weeks ago. Okay. If you notice, some Minyamin were not saying Tachanun the 6 days after Shavuot.
Right. Okay, and now it tells us why. Mipnei shehakarbanot shel chag hashvuot haya lahem tashlumin kol shiv'ah. Okay, because the karbanot of the holiday of Shavuot were tashlumim. It's not completed. All 7 days?
Well, when you had the base of Mikdash, if a person didn't have the opportunity to bring the korbanos that he was supposed to bring on Shavuos, because it's only 1 day, right? So he would have another 6 days afterwards to bring the korbanos that were required to bring.
What does that
Oh.
have to do with Tachanun?
When a person would bring a korban, it would be a yom tov for him. So since
Oh.
Claudius were bringing korbanos during those 6 days following Sukkot, Shavuos, it was given a law that they don't say the Tachanun during those days as well.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
So we go now to Chet, I guess.
Right. It went, and also we didn't have a. What about a bris by Mila also? Either we
Yeah,
didn't have
we didn't see that here anyway.
right. No one mentioned about whether you say it when there's a Mila or not either. Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so it says Chet. Ein Adam Chashuv Rashai Lipo al Panav K'shemit Palel al Hatzibur. Okay, Ella im kein hu batuach sheyaneh Yeshua ben Nun. Okay, so what? Ein Adam. So a person is not an important person. Does not have the authority, Rashai.
So this 1 second. This is yeah. In the Mechaber there, it says Ein Adam Chashuv. A person who is Chashuv, an important person, he's not Rishon, he's not permitted.
Oh, permitted.
Right? He's not permitted. Ein Rishon is not permitted.
Not permitted to do Tachanun when he prays for or over the community, I guess. Ela im kain hu batuach sheyeaneh Yeshua ben Nun. So unless he's sure that they will answer, as Yeshua ben Nun.
And in Adam Chashuv, I mean, an important person is not permitted to. Meaning, we're not talking about Tachanun now. He's talking about in his own personal prayers. He's not permitted to prostrate himself in the course of his own personal prayers, even if he's praying for the sake of the community, unless he's going to be so sure his prayers will be answered, just as Yeshua ben Nun was sure that his prayers would be answered.
Uh-huh. That's interesting. Okay. Should we do, I guess, Mishna Berura or go to the Haggah?
Um,
I think we have,
let's leave the remark for later.
okay, good. It's pretty long,
It's a
actually.
long one.
Okay, so we go to Lamed Zion. Okay, so let me just find it real quick. Lamed Zion, Lipol al Panav. So he falls on his face. Okay. I knew Kishehu Derech Kida.
Yeah, we had that was a very special type of prostration, like almost like standing up and bending completely over with your head to the ground. That's not what we do.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think so. Va'afilu below pashut yadayim v'reglayim. And what they need, even with his
Even while, even with that pashut yada v'ragla, meaning outstretching his hands and his legs, meaning he's completely prostrate on the ground.
Okay. Va'afilu lo haya sham ritzpat avanim. And even if there's no a floor that's stone, ritzpat, a floor of stone.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm not sure we can go into the details, but you can't bow down on a floor stone. That's why if you recall on Yom Kippur and Rosh Hashanah, you're supposed to bring a towel with you to the shul. Towel. You put the towel down, or maybe they give you some other thing, some plastic material to bow down on. There's a special prohibition of bowing down on stone.
So are all the floors of shuls required to be stone? Or I mean,
I'm sure in America it's been a while, but I'm sure that many of them are carpeted. Number one, in America, probably when they're carpeted, and they could be wood, in fact. Right.
Right. So if they're carpeted, technically you wouldn't need a towel then.
I think so. Right.
Yeah, because the carpeting would sort of act as that.
Right.
But I think
Whether
tile is considered to be stone, correct?
yeah, weather has to be, yeah, in general, right, correct.
That's much more common in Israel, I think, than in America.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, something. What about the linoleum? I used to put linoleum on the.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Well, that's like plastic. That's not stone, is it?
Yeah, that's plastic. Yeah.
Right, that's plastic.
I know in my house in America, we had concrete, which is stone, I presume. And then we had linoleum on top of it.
Right. That's very common. Actually, maybe the mission was going to discuss about this. See.
Okay. Let's see. Avanim. Okay. Devisha are kol adam sharei. The adam chashuv asur. But so for others, it is permitted.
Apparently, right.
Oh. So he doesn't really define what a adam chashuv is.
That's right. Would be minimally some type of a leader of the community.
Oh, okay. So what like either one who is learned or one who gives a lot of tzedakah?
Could be. That's also true. That also could be in the category. Correct.
Okay. Ve'im hu mata kitzat al tzido. And if he leans a little bit to his side.
Right.
Okay. Afilu al ritzpat avanim o sharei. So even on a stone floor, it's allowed. Okay, so he's not fully prostrating then.
Correct. That's right.
If he's sort of on his side. Okay. Oh, the ein zeh nifla al panim. Oh, in this case, then he doesn't fall on his face.
That's not calling. If he leans to the side of it, that's not calling. That's about falling.
Not falling. Okay, falling on his face.
That would apparently be okay.
Okay. V'chein shechein nefilat apayim shelanu shehu rach hatayat harosh v'kisui panim ba'alma b'vadai sharei. V'chol shechein. And what, nevertheless, v'chol shechein,
Even more so.
even more so. Oh, okay. Falling on one's face, doing Tachanun Shalanu. Oh, for us, who rock Hatayat Harosh.
And what we do as the fields of pine, right? The fields of pine for us is what Rat Natius Rosh is simply turning the head to the side, number one, and Kisei Rosh Miyama, and simply a cursory covering over the face. That's not that wouldn't be a problem.
What is this word, hatayas?
To lean.
Okay, I just lost my place. Okay, who rock Hatayas. Oh, Harosh. Oh, and he covers his face Ba'alma completely, or
But no, but Alma means it's just like a cursory cursory covering of the face. It's not really covering over the face.
oh, okay. So bivadai share. So this is certainly permitted for an important person.
Now, if you remember, if you look back at the parsha, Parshas Kaira, Parshas Shalach, when the Meraglim came, it says Moshe Aaron fell on their faces. Said by Korach, Moshe, I think Aaron as well fell on their faces here in this week's parsha also. When they were complaining against the man, I think Moshe fell on his face, and he really, he fell down completely to the ground, and he was either completely outstretched like this, or it was like really like covering over his head, like it was complete. I don't know what you could call it.
Prostration.
Yeah, prostration, and which is indicative of what? What's that indicative of?
Humbling oneself before Hashem.
I guess. I guess complete helplessness, perhaps.
Oh,
Right. Vulnerability.
Right.
Somebody
Right.
can come and step on you.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, let's see. I see it's a little bit time past our time. Where do we leave off here?
let's see. At Lamed Chet would be the next Mishna Berura. We probably have to redo Chet on Sunday. We could
Very good. Okay,
Okay.
let's do that. We'll redo that again next time on Yom Show.
Okay. Yeshikayach.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Rabbi. Thank you, Mayor. Good reading.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I probably won't be here tomorrow, so have a good Shabbos, Rabbi. And,
Okay, thank you too. Well, it's luck with everything.
okay,
Shabbat shalom, Mayor.
thank you. Shabbat shalom.
Okay. You should have gotten that email, Lou, with the newsletter.
Okay, I appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Be well.
Okay, bye now.